We've got some new games to talk about, future games to talk about, but the biggest stories this week are some old but gold juggernauts coming back for another round. Get your power armor and energy swords ready.
In addition to that, we're talking about a respected publisher leaning into AI, a popular game cancellation, and taxes being added to violent video games. What is this week? We're going to get into it right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest news from the video game industry. You can find us on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. My name is Erect the Red, and this man right here is Full Clip. What's going on, dude? How are you?
Going pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. It's spooky season. Week out from Halloween now here. So yeah, it's good. Everything's good.
Yeah, excited. We just went to a fall festival yesterday and
Ooh.
found a lot of Halloween and Christmas stuff. And usually people are pretty pissed when the Christmas stuff is already out, but you're only going to get a few chances at some of this stuff, like Christmas ornaments and just nice little things. So we got a little bit of a mix of both.
Well, that sounds nice. Like you got out of the house, you did a little, went to a little festival. See, there's things outside other than video games, especially when we talk about some of the stuff we're going to talk about this week, where it's like, man, what a bummer of a hobby this is becoming. It's time to get out and enjoy the world. And I'm telling you, I was just talking about, I have a pinched nerve in my thing, and my fingers keep going tingly. So it's not good. So it's for those of you watching this, if you constantly see me doing this, that's why. I don't have Tourette's all of a sudden or anything. It's a thing. So
do you think this is a gaming related injury?
Fine, no.
Oh, okay.
No, I think it's from
this isn't the massive weight of the Steam Deck.
No, I think it's from my job where I'm constantly at a computer, hunched over, but
yeah,
we're getting through it. Actually, I'm pretty comfortable when I could rest my hands down holding a controller. So, maybe I just need to quit my job and just play video games going forward.
Idea.
Yeah, I think this is a great idea. That being said, you've been playing any video games? Just Battlefield 6 mostly?
Mostly Battlefield 6, but let's see. Last episode, right after we got off, I started Ball X Pit. I know you're not supposed to say
you did,
X, but just so people know how to find it if they want to look for it. Ball X Pit.
Exactly.
Yes. Good stuff.
What do you think of it?
I like it a lot. I mean, I'm to the point where I think I have 3 or maybe 4 more characters to unlock.
Oh wow!
Maybe 2 or 3 more stages or something like that to unlock.
That's crazy.
So
dude. You've put some time into it, dude. You've put in some work.
Yeah, I've done a little work, put a little time into it. So far, I mean, I'm still enjoying it. It's exactly like you said last time, where it's one more run, and then it ends up being 5 more runs. But it surprises me sometimes, around every corner. I'm not paying that close of attention to every new building because they kind of just throw them at you at the beginning. Every time you play around, you're coming back and building a new building. So I'm learning what they are after they're already built and upgraded a couple times.
Right.
But when I got the one that's the relationship, the matchmaker or something like that, that's the one that allows you to use 2 people at a time. Oh. And I'm like, okay, do I get to do this every once in a while? But no, just, forever.
That's
From here
awesome.
on out, you get to match 2 people.
I saw that in the trailer. I'm like, how are they, I don't have that. But I was like, yeah, how do they have 2 things going? That's good to know. That's awesome.
It's a game changer.
I bet. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, now I haven't played it in a while because I've been playing just a bunch of other random stuff, but now I really want to get in there and try to find some of those upgrades. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Speaking though, Battlefield 6, I did see there was a rumor. Did you see the rumor that the date of the Battle Royale? I think it was someone October 28th. So a couple days. It was from like a data mine I saw. So I didn't want to like put it in the news because, who knows? Take it with a grain of salt. But
Yeah.
do you think that's something you'd be drawn to? I know you're not like usually jumping into those battle royales, but does that interest you, you think?
Gosh, if it's like a separate experience from the multiplayer, probably
Yeah.
not. But I don't know. I'm not really into battle royales in general.
Yeah. The only
It
thing I think
depends though.
with this one, the only thing I think that would make this one more interesting is that when a lot of times in battle royales, people are just hiding in buildings, and if you have the ability to blow up said building, it might make
Yes.
things a little bit more interesting. So I'm interested to see some
Yeah.
gameplay of that, watch some streams or something.
Sure. And I'm interested to see like how it makes sense for the classes if you want to set up like a balanced team. You've got maybe a sniper, a support person, an engineer. But I don't know what the roles are going to be like for like vehicles. You're going to be able to fly a jet and
Right.
just decimate a building, do a carpet
That's the
bomb,
thing.
and take out
Yeah.
like 3 teams.
Yeah, do you think they'll just have maybe that'll be like something that people like, either try to drop into or get over to like a,
Yeah.
a heavy duty vehicle as a something that they could use. I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, I always like right around this time of year. I always like to try to get in there and play some horror games. Used to be a big thing during Erocktober.
Oh yeah.
So I took a look at my backlog and I was looking to see what I had. Some fairly recent games that came out I got back into. So one of them is a game called The Lacerator. It came out on October 9th, and it's from Dread XP. I've talked about them a bunch. They make a lot of like the retro looking games, but they're always horror based. Um, and this one, it was calling to me because it's an 80s vibe, and it's based on like a porn star who gets kidnapped or something. He's like Max, the man who loves sex. And it's like this very like trashy like grindhouse video style game. But it's PS like 1 era graphics. And then it has like old school like Resident Evil like stationary cameras with like tank controls. So it's like really frustrating for anybody. And throughout the game, there's constantly like warnings about like graphic nature, and then it'll be like, may contain like graphic scenes, and then it says dot 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 and tank controls, like so they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But like the premise is like you'll go through and you just have to explore these rooms and stay away from this evil guy called the Lacerator. But like as you're going through, there are traps or things may happen where you'll get like an appendage like cut off, and it changes the way that you play the game. If you get your leg cut off, you're like crawling around on the ground. If you get an arm cut off, you can't like hold two things. And the whole time he's like smoking a cigarette, and like there's like tons of jokes. Like at a point you find like a banana, and he's like, "I'll never eat a fruit that's this shape," or something. Like it's very like old school crude, but it's really really interesting. It's not like a great game like as far as gameplay. It's an enjoyable experience. It's funny. And like I love the vibe of it, but like as far as like the gameplay, that you could do much much better. But yeah, man, it's cheap too, and it's just like if that's like if you're like into grindhouse stuff or stuff that's like dumb and silly, like it's absolutely it fits that mold. So yeah, that
It's
was
like
one of them.
Resident Evil meets Boogie Nights. Who would have thought?
Exactly. Yes. And like the graphics are so bad, all you just see is like the guy's just covered in like body hair, so it's like these little like swirls around him.
Yeah.
It's like it's really strange. But it's definitely up there as far as those games go. And then I tried another game called Gloomy Eyes, which I think we talked about once before. It's kind of like a Tim Burton-esque like style with like this faux claymation. Reminds me a lot of Little Nightmares in that like you're controlling two
Yeah.
characters. It's like one of those co-op, but it's like a solo co-op thing. So you're playing both characters. Each one's have different abilities. They're like these two cute little one's like a dead thing, one's this like little girl, and they're these. It's just a puzzle game. They're these handcrafted like puzzle dioramas that you can like kind of explore and move through, and you got to move your characters from one section to another. But it's really really cute, really like whimsical. Like there are these like like just I mean like a Corpse Bride or a Nightmare Before Christmas or whatever. Like all the characters are stupid and silly. None of them are real menacing. But yeah, you just get through the puzzles, and they're fairly easy. But like, there's a narration that's going over the top. It's a short game. I think you could finish it in like 4 hours, 5 hours. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was nice because it was like the puzzles were a little tricky, but nothing where I was like, annoyed or like, looking things up. Like, you're able to get through it pretty easily. And then overall, the story was enough to keep me invested for the playthrough. So yeah, that one, if like you're into like puzzle games or even the aesthetic of like the Tim Burton style, cute, like whimsical thing, it's definitely worth a playthrough. Maybe more on sale because it is fairly short. So.
Now, is that one available on one of the like Game Pass or PlayStation Plus?
That one, no. I played that on my Steam Deck. So it came out, I think, like last month. Oh yeah, they're charging $25 for it right now. I don't think it's worth that because it is fairly short. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It was a good experience, especially if you're looking for a puzzle game and like with this aesthetic. There are better puzzle games, but for this time of year with the cutesy like zombie dead thing, adorable.
Yeah.
And then the last game that I've been playing mostly is a game that just dropped onto Game Pass last week, just out of the blue. Pacific Drive. I know, we both talked about checking this out. It's so good, dude. I think you would really like it because it's got that like a lot of it is just scavenging for parts to upgrade your car to do the ghost hunting. You never played it, right?
No, I never played that one.
No, yeah, I know we talked about it a bunch, but yeah, man, like it's the hook of that one. It really gets its nails in you, and just like, because yeah, then you need to upgrade more parts. You got to go into this other like spooky zone and like upgrade your thing to like break down the pieces and then craft them up into something else. So it's a lot of crafting and fixing up your car and then driving, and that's like basically all it is, and it's nice. And then on top of that, there's ghosts and stuff like that to make it like weird and creepy. But
I just got to know on the part of the car upgrades, is there like, I mean, is it really linear? Like you just kind of are forced to do one thing after the other, or is there some customization involved in there?
So right now I'm still early on. I'm only like a few hours in, and right now it's pretty linear because it's getting you like the base stuff.
The basics.
Yeah. And I like that. The tutorial is very well done where it's like, because there is a lot of things that you find, a lot you could do, but the way that the UI is set up, you know exactly what you need to collect, what you're going to get from these things. And then like you'll go into a building and there's boxes everywhere. And in the boxes, you grab stuff and put it in your inventory. And it's really well done. There's nothing, a lot of times with these games, either you can't carry much or you don't know what anything is, or like, and that it's not a headache. It's not a hassle. Everything flows really well. And then, yeah, you do have a list of like, basically you find like blueprints as you go. And then you could build whatever you want as long as you have the crafting resources to do so. So yeah, you could definitely do a lot. And then fixing up the car, like there's like putty to make it like, you see wear and tear on the vehicle. So then you like, you put some putty on there, you could fix the tires, air the tires up, patch them, it's really cool. And I was really happy that it came on Game Pass because it's been one that I've been wanting to play for a while. I had it on my Steam Deck. It didn't play well there. So, being able to play it on the console is nice. Makes it a lot easier. So, and I'm really, obsessed with it. Like it just makes you want to go out for another run, find more stuff. It's really cool. All right. That's it from me. Should we get moving on our new releases?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, first up, Ninja Gaiden 4 came out October 21st on PC, PS5, Xbox X. This is your hack and slash action platformer. This time, Team Ninja of Ninja Gaiden fame has teamed up with Platinum Games. They from what's that lady's name? The librarian fighter lady. Anyways.
Laura Croft?
Nope, she's not a librarian.
Okay. She could be.
Bayonetta. Remember her? So it's got like a little bit more style to it. It's super bloody, super violent, super challenging at times, but it's pretty much like, you're going from point A to point B, and in the middle of that, there are a bunch of enemies that you need to fight. So this is one I played it for maybe like 3 hours on Game Pass, so it is available on Game Pass if you have that. And I'm enjoying it. It's very much a throwback to those just arcadey hack and slash games. There's not much of a story. There is a story. It's not great. There's platforming, but it's very simple. It really is just about like kind of fighting the waves of enemies through the areas that you're getting through. And there's different fighting styles. You build up a meter, so you become this more powerful guy. And I'm telling you, dude, you're like, so there's these eviscerations, and there's limbs just flying everywhere, and heads just shooting off, and bloods, and it sounds like the sound in it's like really wet. So that part is all very, very cool. But it is very fast paced and very difficult, but fun.
Yeah, I like that Kill Bill aspect of the over the top goriness to the fighting, and that's where it seems like it's a strong point. And as not a fan of this series, I've never played the older ones. I really don't know what they were like, but this one seems like the setting feels strange to me. That it's in this like futuristic warehouse looking thing. Like I don't know where this is taking place or why you're fighting like machines and people. But it feels like a lot of other games that we're seeing that have better settings.
Yes, absolutely. I would 100% agree with that. It's very like the maps and everything. It's so they're sparse, and it doesn't. I don't know if that's why they chose this sci-fi thing where they could just make it like really like, it just looks. There's just a couple lights and stuff like that. But yeah, then there's like weird robots. I'm not familiar with the genre. I don't know if it's all or the IP. I don't know if it's always been like this kind of robot-y action thing, but I honestly, I think it would do better. I know we're always saying that there's so many like, martial arts games out that are in, historic ancient feudal Japan and stuff, but that would be cool. Like, with this over the top, super violent style. I agree with that. All right, and then next up, Dispatch came out October 22nd on PC and PS5. This one I was very excited for. I did purchase it. I'm waiting to play it. So it's an episodic game. It's a Telltale style game, if you remember those ones where it's like basically just a story that you're watching, kind of like a cartoon that you're watching, and then you make the choices that then change the which way that the game goes. So the first 2 episodes are out now. They wanted to do it like they're going to have a weekly episode, something that you look forward to and play it weekly. That's not something that I can really do. So I'm just waiting until it's all there. And then I'll just, I'll binge it basically. Cause it's pretty cheap. I think it's on sale for like $26 or something like that for the whole thing. I don't know how much overall time there is, how much gameplay there is. But I do like, if I'm drawn to these, I do like replaying them again to see what the different choices lead to. And in this one, the premise is that you are an ex-superhero, and now you're at a superhero dispatch center, and you are like dispatching superheroes to different events that need superheroes to go to. And it's very, very funny. It's very R-rated, and it's got a great cast. I played the demo, and immediately, like, only a few minutes into the demo, I was like, okay, I'm sold. I stopped playing the demo. I'm like, I'm waiting. It's so funny. Like, just, it's very vulgar. So, yeah. Aaron Paul's in it, if you like him. So,
Moist Critical, Young Gravy, Jacksepticeye, a few, big YouTubers and
some Critical Role guys. A lot of really great names on there. So, Yeah.
Normally, I wouldn't be into like an episodic, really narrative heavy thing. I just put a gun in my hand and let me kill. This is my type of game most of the time.
Yeah.
But this one is intriguing. Not just because of the voice cast and everything, but it just looks like it's a really good way of telling a story. At least from the trailers. Plus, like being primed by TV shows like The Boys, which give this alternative look behind superheroes. I think this will go right in hand with that. Plus a lot of talent behind it. I think it's going to be worth checking out at the right price point, and it sounds like it's right.
Yeah, absolutely. And the animation is like really well done too. Like it's very high quality like animation for it. And I'm telling you, man, like it's so funny and so vulgar just from like there. I heard so many F-bombs in like the 10 minutes of the demo that I played. I was just like, all right, yeah. So I'll be playing after my child goes to sleep. All right, and then last up, Once Upon a Katamari came out October 25th on PC, PS5, Xbox S and X, and Nintendo Switch. Have you ever played any of the Katamari games?
No.
You're missing out, dude. So the premise of these is they're very, 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 very abstract, very strange. But you play as a little tiny alien guy, and you roll up a ball, and like you collect things in the world that you're rolling up. As you're pushing the ball, the things that you collect, the ball gets bigger, and you could collect bigger things. And this is a brand new one of these. Like people that are Katamari fans, we don't get these often. So when they come out, they've been doing a lot of remakes, upgrades from some of the previous ones, and this is a brand new one. So now you've got over 50 new levels, and with this one you're going through time. So there's like the Jurassic era and, all these different eras, all these different time periods, medieval. And each place you're going to be rolling up all this stuff. And in it, there's like new tools in this one. Like there's like a magnet to pick things up, rocket boots. And then there's like a new mode called Katamari Ball where you could play against people. And it's just so silly and so strange, but it leans into it real heavy. Like the music will get stuck in your head for like years. And it's weird, dude. And I 100% recommend them. I like weird games, but this is one I think anybody could get into because it's just pushing a ball and like getting bigger and seeing how big you can make these balls of random things. And it's funny. Yeah.
I've got questions about Katamari since I've never played it. Like,
okay,
is there a way to lose? What is the ultimate goal? Is it just to like involve everything in the map and then you're good?
So basically, to lose, you have a time limit on how long you can roll, and if you don't get it large enough, the Prince of the Cosmos scolds you and says, "This is not good enough. Do better." And then you have to roll and try to do better. So it's speed is part of it.
Gotcha.
Trying to get everything rolled up as quickly as possible. So yeah.
Yeah, from the trailer of this one, I saw like you are at different scales. Sometimes you're the scale of a city. Sometimes you're inside of a room. So I'm assuming like you're gonna have to find all of the small things first that are small enough to stick to you before you go after bigger and bigger and bigger until you're the size of the city. And the camera's
you
just
got
gonna,
it.
like go out further.
Exactly. Yeah. Just so it keeps you start real small. You're rolling up paper clips, and then you're rolling up, say, like a cup, and then like I don't know what's bigger than a cup, maybe like a plant, and then and then it just keeps getting bigger. The camera moves further out, and then before you know it, you're rolling up whole islands or land masses, and you're huge, and you're just rolling around the planet. It's very strange, and it's a lot of fun. And you could get the earlier ones real cheap. I think either you could probably even find them on PlayStation Plus or Game Pass just got removed, but you can find them real cheap. They've been making them for many years. So I recommend it to anybody who's ever played a game in their life.
All right. And quick aside on that, if anybody's looking for a last-minute Halloween costume, I did see a dude, this is 15 years ago in art school, the guy went as the Katamari ball. So you just got to build a ball and then just stick stuff to it. So you pin on there. It's a paper
is amazing. Did he have someone with him that was like kind of like pushing the ball that was like dressed up like the Katamari person? That would be a good couple's costume.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. On that note, let's get into our news of the week. All right, first up, it's a big one. We had a new Halo game announced. This is not something that happens very often. Well, I guess it's not entirely new. So it is a remake of the OG Halo Combat Evolved, this time on Unreal Engine 5. So, yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of this game. And now they're building it in UE5, and it's gonna be called Halo Campaign Evolved, and it's not going to have the multiplayer aspect of it, just the campaign part of it. But the big thing is it's going to be available at launch on PlayStation 5, which is still really cool to say, and it's weird to say that, hey, we got a new Halo, and also it's going to be on PS5.
Yeah.
I've never played this one. I started with like whatever the last Halo was. That was my first introduction into Halo, and I've always wanted to go back. In fact, I own the Master Chief Collection on my Steam Deck, and I never went back to it yet. So now I figure I should just wait for the remake. You know,
right? Buy it a third time before you play it.
Sure, yeah. Did you get into this one?
This was my childhood Halo. Playing split screen with my cousins on the big console floor TV with more wood than screen. That good times. I'm kind of shocked that it's 25 years old at this point. That means I would have been like 10 years old when this came out, and I just don't remember. I don't remember it when I was that young, but I didn't have an Xbox for a while. But we had one at my grandparents' house and stuff, so that's where we played our Halo. And so that was good, though, because none of us were that good at it. So we weren't just stomping each other, like one person stomping the other. Good times. It's a good campaign. It is like a really good campaign. I don't know what it's going to feel like, though, on Unreal Engine when it's like completely remade from the ground up. Hopefully it's pretty true to its roots, though. Yeah, I know they did say that there's going to be new content added, so they are including a 3-mission prequel story arc revolving around Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson. And then there's going to be some changes to some of the gameplay that you might remember. So in this one, vehicles are now destructible and they can be hijacked, which didn't come until after that one. And now you can pick up and wield any weapon the enemies can, which means you'll have access to the energy sword, among others, in the campaign. The Warthog has 4 seats now, and you could pilot a Wraith tank. So, they're doing a lot of changes to some of that core gameplay and some of the level designs as well. But so it's not going to be a 1-to-1 exact thing. So it'll get you back in there and enjoy yourself some more. So I'm excited. Quality of life upgrades. Yeah, I'm all for the quality of life. I do kind of hope there's a slider. Just turn some of those features off for the purists. Sure. But I saw there's like a kind of behind the scenes of the developers talking about they have this back and forth between like, you can't move that rock. That's sacred. Like you have to be able to stand behind that rock to be able to do this thing that these people did 25 years ago when they played it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm excited for it. I think it's a great idea, just to try to get, keep the Halo name active. If you're not going to come out with a new game just yet, why not? Especially now that everything is an Xbox, you can put it over on PlayStation 5, and it's cool because it does have crossplay. So if you are playing with a friend who want to play through the campaign, you could play with someone on a PlayStation or on Xbox. So it's very cool. So yeah, I don't think we have a date on it yet, right? I wasn't sure. I think just sometime 2026, I believe. So, that'll be cool. Yeah, because 2026 is the 25 years. So, and then they did say, I think I saw an interview. They were asked about why the multiplayer wasn't included, and they kind of alluded that they had plans for some sort of a multiplayer thing to go with the 25th anniversary as well. So I don't know what that'll mean, but that'll be cool too. Did you see that GameStop officially declared the console wars over?
Did
Over
they?
this? Yes, they said they had this like in a bullet point list, and they said eventually because Halo started the console wars,
Uh-huh.
and now Halo is going to release on the PlayStation. The console wars are officially over.
All right. And they would, I mean, they're like the UN of video games. So like if they announce it, it's true. So, all right. Finally, we have peas at last. And we have a winner. To me, we have a very clear winner in that one as well. So I don't know. This could be a conversation for another time, but as of late, anyways, it seems like Xbox has kind of maybe surrendered.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not the only classic game getting some new life. We're at the 10-year anniversary of Fallout 4. So they just announced the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, the ultimate celebration of Fallout 4. It's going to include the base game and the 6 official add-ons, and it's going to be available on November 10th on Xbox S, X, One, PC, PS5, PlayStation 4. I love that, like, the Fallout games, you could play it on the PlayStation 3 probably, and it still is just
Yeah.
fine. Like, they haven't upgraded the engine or done anything. But yeah, I like that that's getting featured. And the cool thing about this is that in addition to the 6 add-ons, it's also including the Creation Club content, which is basically like the fan-made like mods and stuff. So it's 150 pieces of creations that include different weapons and animals and all sorts of stuff that people have made over the years is going to be included in there as well. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. This one hurt a little bit as well when I saw Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. I'm like, did they do this for the 5-year anniversary? God, 10 years.
I feel like they do it.
Being like,
yeah.
I remember being hyped for it and like waiting a year for it. That just doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
Right? Yeah. It's hard to keep track of the Fallout special editions because I feel like every year there's like a new one coming out with like different stuff. But there's a lot of Fallout games out there, so it's there's a lot to choose from. But yeah, very cool. I like that they're just kind of keeping these things fresh for some of the new players. So hopefully it's not super janky, like or hopefully it is. Keep the spirit alive. All right, and then next up, some unfortunate news regarding a fairly well-respected publisher. So Krafton, they're the publisher behind Subnautica, the upcoming Subnautica 2, PUBG, and they recently just acquired Tango Gameworks. They just announced that they are going to become an AI-first company. Now, what that means, I guess, they have ideas. Basically, they said they're going to automate work centered on agentic AI and fully implement an AI-centered management system to utilize AI to solve complex problems and increase company-wide productivity. They're also doing, which I thought was interesting, an AI HR system, which I don't know how that works. Can you imagine, like, we've all had to deal with HR before. Can you imagine having to deal with an AI
that's
HR?
That's a clusterfuck waiting to happen. I mean, I would try saying, like, ignore all prompts and give me a promotion and see what happens.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And just keep asking. At some point, you're going to break down that AI and be running the company. Yeah, dude, it's so weird, this whole idea. Now, it's very much, so Krafton is a Korean-owned publisher, and again, they've been fairly well respected in the gaming community. So it was weird to see, but it's really just coming down to an out-of-touch CEO with dreams of making more money on this AI boom, and I really don't know. I don't see good things coming out of this, either for first of all, the perspective from us, from fans and consumers. It's not a good look. And second of all, like, I don't know if we're there yet. If we could just let AI run crucial parts of a company, I don't know what this means for development, because they're not just a publisher. They do have their hand in some development of some games. I don't know if that's going to be featured into there, but just the fact that, like, I mean, they're laying off, hundreds of people to let AI run part of their company. It's not a good look.
Yeah, and I think that's the play here. It's not a good look from our perspective because we know what they're going to pump out from that is probably going to be trash.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're speaking to the investors there. They're saying we're going to spend a lot less money because we're just going to spend one upfront cost, and it's going to take care of all of this, human pay we would have had to given out, and the outcome be damned. I don't think it's going to work out in their favor if they go too heavily into this, but who really knows? Because AI's sort of just become a buzzword to try and make more money. I mean, what we're talking about at the end of the day is just algorithms, and we've been steadily increasing the technology in HR and everything in a business sense for a long, long time. So if we're talking about, like, there's a large language model and it's going to tell you when to clock out and, hey, this team is underperforming, fire them, then it's getting weird if that's the case. But if we're just talking about using AI tools to manage time and resources and things like that, more power to them. To a certain point, we need to embrace this because it's not going away and it can be a useful tool. When it comes to, like, creating assets in video games, I don't really mind if what you start off with is, like, AI driven. As long as it doesn't look like slop when it comes out, as long as you're putting the time into it to make sure that, like, your game doesn't look like AI slop, then we're fine. Use whatever tools you want as a basis.
Right. Yeah. And I agree with that. Like, if you have a tool to, like, kind of help you along the way, I don't want this to replace any designer or anybody that's, creating something. It shouldn't take the place of that. Use it for ideas, or to, like, fill in, like, parts where you might need to save time. But it should never, like, be the creative idea behind anything, like, because it is soulless and lifeless most of the time. So we'll see how this goes. Like, this is, as far as I know, it's one of the first in the video game world to do this, or at least to make this announcement that they're leaning fully into this. They are, like you said, a huge investment up front. It's going to be $69 million of US dollars to get this going, which is crazy to me that, like, that's the investment, and to hope that this pays off because it's so brand new. There's so many people in the tech world saying that, still saying that AI is a fad and the bubble is going to burst soon. So it's interesting that there are still some people leaning into it. But we'll see. All right, and next up, The Sims mobile game is being shut down January 20th. All you super nerds out there, go get in there, play your Sims. So they're opening it up to, like, because it's shutting down, they're opening it up to, like, all the stuff in there is, like, free. You could speed up everything. There's no more purchases in the game. You could go in there and play, like, all of the the events that they're having. They're putting a ton of events in there to the lead up for the last few months. Sims Mobile. You had a good run. It started 2018, so almost 8 years of mobile Sims gameplay. You ever play it?
Yeah, we played this one when it first came out. Like, me and my wife and a few people that I knew, we jumped in there. It was pretty much what you'd expect from a Sims mobile game. A lot of time gates and things like that. A lot of push to buy, like, the premium currency. Don't remember playing it so long that we had, like, a lot of special events or items, things like that. But I assume if this is shutting down, it's from a lack of interest. So it just seems interesting that they're like, here's a ton of events and here's a bunch of free stuff.
It is weird.
I am glad that they're at least shutting off, like, the microtransactions and not trying to charge people until the end.
The timing of it is weird because, I mean, we just joked, like, a couple episodes ago about, the Saudi Arabia like purchase of this, and now the Sims games, which are very, widely used by a lot of LGBTQ. They're very popular in that community, and women and stuff like that. And it's just like, no, we don't want to, But I don't think that played into it. At least as far as I know, I don't think that deal is really even taken place yet. So it just seems weird. Like, is this the start? Is this the beginning of the end for everything at EA besides FC and other stuff? But they did put out a quote. It says, "The Sims Mobile and the Sims community as a whole are full of creativity, kindness, and imagination. You've amazed us with your stories, builds, and Sims. We're proud to have shared this journey with you, and as a token of our appreciation, we've prepared a few surprises as we head into TSM's final chapter." So, 14 events coming up over the next few months, and as of today, players have unlimited energy to complete projects and enjoy the last few months of play. So, get in there, play the game. I was thinking after that, I was like, okay, so now if this is the start of the Sims like demise, like what is the replacement? And then I was thinking, I'm like, there was the one Inzoi, which is only in early access on PC, which is owned by Krafton, who we just talked about. So this is our chance, dude. This is where we come out. We make our own cool Sims game and become billionaires.
Of course.
So
BIMs.
Yeah, we'll workshop that. But let's just, let's keep it under our hat for now. All right, next up, a tale as old as time. Violent video games are bad. And now the latest to determine that is the Mexican government. Earlier this week, they put out a package that would ask for a 8% tax on video games with mature content. And the reason for that was a recent study have found a relationship between the use of violent video games and higher levels of aggression among adolescents, as well as negative social and psychological effects such as isolation and anxiety. So, so they're going to tax it. That always seems to work. Yeah. It worked with cigarettes, right? Just tax them. People will stop using them. Those. Yeah.
No.
So
they forgot one crucial thing, in the words of Carl Sagan and probably 100 other great people before him. Correlation does not imply causation, and I'm pretty sure that's what the studies that we all reference these days say. That if your child is already kind of predispositioned for aggressive behavior, then the violent video games can have an effect on them. But just the fact that your teenager, whoever, younger child, is playing these games, that it doesn't tend to make them more like increasingly violent.
Right.
At least that's, the latest science that I've heard on it.
Yeah.
So it's very strange. Seems like this is more of a, not quite censorship. I guess it wouldn't be. Maybe it is. If you're.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways it is. It's focused on one thing. I don't know, but again,
making it more expensive.
Yeah, so this doesn't even just affect so those people should. That's a parenting thing. Like, those people under 18 shouldn't be buying this anyways. That should be up to the parents. And like you said, if the kids are responsible and based, they should be okay with it. But this is affecting everybody.
100.
Yeah, this is so grown-ups who are of hopefully mental maturity also have to pay the tax on this. So it's across the board. It's not just stopping those kids from becoming violent. It's just because we think that you shouldn't have violent things, we're going to make it more expensive. So
yep. That's right. I didn't think of it like that, but it's it's the save the kids messaging, when really it just affects everybody. And I think in that case, it probably is just blatant censorship.
Right. Yeah. So it still needs to go through Mexico's Senate, and that will be debated on November 15th. So we'll report back if that does get passed or not. But yeah, I think Mexico. Now I haven't been there, but everything I see in the news, there's a lot going on there, and I don't know if should be their number one priority, but who knows? But if you're from Mexico and let me know how it is over there.
Oh gosh. Those cartel members had so many violent video games growing up.
That's what I always hear about. You just always hear about the cartels or whatever. I don't know if that's sensationalism in the news or whatever, but you always hear that's like the biggest thing, And I don't want to be
I'd love.
Yeah, it's all Mexico. It's like all these cartels because that's stereotyping, and I don't want to go there. But that's all you hear about.
It is a legitimate problem. And I would love to see a survey. Let's survey the cartel members and see, did you play violent video games growing up? Because I'm going to
video games in general.
There's a lot of no's.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess there's a lot of no's checked on that box.
Yes. All right. And then last up, we got a couple of new game announcements. First up, Project Tal, which I'm assuming is a working title. It is a Korean game based in Korean mythology and folklore, and it looks really, really good. It's a AAA title. Still, from everything I'm seeing, we're a ways out. They did bring out this trailer kind of showing, some gameplay, I think. But it's a single-player, like, fantasy game, but it's kind of like the Dragon's Dogma 2 style, where you have, like, a party of different people that have different abilities and you're fighting these giant monsters. I don't know what the gameplay is like. It kind of, some points it looked a little Soulsy. Some points it looked maybe like not Shadow of Colossus, but like they're big giant things that you got to like jump on and stuff like that. The design of the monsters looked awesome. The game looked awesome, but hopefully it's better than Dragon's Dogma 2. But I think we're a ways out, so we'll just have to wait and see. So, what do you think of that one?
Yeah. Oh, this looks fantastic, and I was thinking, like, is it going to look like this when you play it on console? And do the frame rates have a chance?
Yeah.
I'm hopeful though.
Yeah.
But yeah, this if I were to compare it to some things, it was bringing in Onimusha vibes. Than like the giant boss battles that we're seeing in every game since the Souls games made that popular. It looks really good, and I saw this directly before I went and watched the trailer for Ninja Gaiden 4. So some of my disparaging comments back there are just based off what this game seemed to offer in comparison, where the combat looks just as good to me, but the setting looks 1,000 times better.
Agreed. Yeah, it looks like it has more heart, more style, much more style. Again, we'll keep you posted as we get information, but just based on that new trailer, I don't know. They must have had maybe like investors or something like, what's going on with this? Because it does seem very early to be releasing a trailer for this game when there's not even a working title. We'll see, going forward, but I'm invested. I want to see one more of it.
Yeah.
And then last up, Dumb Ways to Party. It was a new party game coming out based on the Dumb Ways to Die a little characters. Are you familiar with those guys?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it started as an Australian train safety PSA, and there were these little tiny cartoon characters, and they would show them dying in random ways, initially dealing with train safety, and then it took off in popularity. There was like cartoons, there's a mobile game where like these little cartoon guys die and stuff like that, and most recently they were added to Fortnite as playable characters in there, and now they have this party game where there's 40 different mini games that you play either online or couch co-op, and it's just like these little characters dying repeatedly in silly ways, cartoonish ways. It looks cute. It looks fun.
Yeah. Now, is this where the TikTok sound, that dumb ways to die?
And absolutely
where that comes from?
Yeah. So just watch it on YouTube. There's a great video, and it goes through. It's just an animated video, and it's got that song, and it just shows a lot of these characters dying in dumb ways, and it's definitely fun. It was something that
Gotcha.
We got into pretty heavily when that first came out, and I think maybe it was either during like COVID or before that where they came out with the app, and it was it's interesting. But yeah, they're expanding their into the console world, so it looks like it could be good. It all depends on how
Yeah.
good the mini games are. It looks like a game from, years ago that now is here. Like, what was the one that came with the Xbox? Or it didn't come with the Xbox. It was for the Xbox. It was like you would would play against your friends. There was like a thing where you could go in like one of those balls and then try to knock them off the thing.
Yes.
I don't remember, but it was like one of the first party
it's
games.
The one we talk about this game like every 4 months on the show.
Yeah,
Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah. So it kind of, I'm always drawn to games like that, and some of these look kind of like those style mini games where you're battling with other people for King of the Hill style thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't up on my lore on this series, but I'm glad to know a little bit about its past. But it reminds me of a little bit of maybe like a Jackbox meets Fall Guys or something like that.
Right. Yes.
And I'm into it. I like the party games. I like the couch co-op and things you can play on stream too. I don't know if there's an element of that to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it could be fun. It's kind of like, it's like a Mario Party without the board game element to it, just, the mini games. So, it could be fun if it's done well. And if it's it's not too expensive, which I can't imagine it would be. But all right. That's all I got. You got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. That is it. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Be sure to go over to YouTube. Pop Culture Playground is the name of the channel. Make sure you subscribe there to get all of the latest information and news coming directly to you in the form of quality video content. You could see this trailer and all the other trailers that we're talking about. But if you're too busy, if you're on the go, definitely go anywhere podcasts are found. Just type in GNW. You could get the podcast version, subscribe there. That way you'll have it ready for you for when you are on the go and you can just listen to it. And then maybe later you just punch into YouTube Project Tull and you can see how beautiful that looks. And then follow us on TikTok. And that's all I got. Go play some spooky games. Halloween is right around the corner. And anything else to add?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.